Dark side, light this bitch up.
Hey man, between Raven and your mother-in-law, the comments had me crying.
Well, well.
Oh man, wow. With that being said, man, what's good? What's good, y'all? Oh my gosh. As y'all can tell right now, as I'm talking, I lost my voice this past weekend at PPW. Oh man, and my apologies for the just coming on here blatantly laughing. I mean, between Raven and Mama,
You know,
I'm weak, man. Oh my god.
she might still have a little. She might still have a little liquor in her system.
You know what's crazy is, well, we'll get into it first. So let's intro the pod first. Everything got thrown off by these comments, but welcome to another episode of the Don't Cancel Me podcast, a special Wednesday edition due to us traveling from PPW. As always, I'm Vino Flight,
And I'm Petry Perfect.
and yes, that's pretty much obviously what what Mama Christie's saying is something that was at PPW, and it's one of those things that you had to be there in order to get the joke. But we will say that a lot of alcohol was consumed during our time down there. As so for myself and Real, this is a sober show for surely.
Yes, I was telling Chaz, I was like, man, I ain't really got nothing open because I got my big bottle of Don Julio. Well, I got my big bottle of the Don Julio Reposado. Then I got my Don Julio 1942. I got Douce. I got something else, and I was like, man, that's it. I meant to stop by the liquor store when we left the movies. We didn't have time.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see if I could find the new bottle of Ciroc.
Mm.
It came out, I think, late March. So
You still rocking with Ciroc?
yeah. Diddy sold it. Um, so-
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
yeah. So, but no, and I've always tried this. So I wanted to try new Ciroc. So I might go try to find it
Hey,
tomorrow.
do you think there's a difference now? Do you feel like there's a difference in Ciroc
I mean,
now
the
that it's
bottles I've
so?
had now, it tastes the same to me,
Hmm.
and I've always enjoyed it. Ciroc was
No,
Sprite.
Ciroc always been pretty good.
Well, I thought I had, but then I walked upstairs and I saw this,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, well. Then I looked at it. When I looked at it, I just got this eerie feeling,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put that back down, and I settled for some water.
There you go.
So, excuse me, y'all, for the fatigue. I had took me a little power nap, but I will wake up in just a few minutes. It just takes me a little bit to get my bearings, but nonetheless, we are happy to be here on this Wednesday special edition episode. Like I said, straight off the wedding. Um, after last episode, we'll get to all that here in a little bit. We're gonna talk about the entire experience. Me and Flight's first time um, out somewhere together, other than Dallas or Houston too. So, um, we got to spend a lot of time with himself. Got to spend a lot of time with his wife Kate. So we'll talk about her adventures in the water, how she made all
Oh.
of us look bad. Um, and we got to hang out at the casino, and so there's a lot of fun stories
Well, yeah, man.
that we'll get into here in a little bit as we waiting for people to come on in and chime in. Of course, we got Shedeur Sanders as well. As we were out and about, we were keeping up with the biggest story, one of the biggest story, not only in sports, but it seemed like it even transitioned into uh, pop culture in a sense. So we're going to talk about Shedeur Sanders today, and we're also going to talk about the big debate that's going around already, trending amongst a lot of people. Can 100 men defeat one gorilla? So that will be a fun conversation that we'll get in today. But before we do all that, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Share the channel to your page right now. Share it to anybody that you can. Just one or two people is what the Bible say. So um, everyone, we want to make sure that we get it out to as many people as possible. I still got stuff. I'm still posting stuff from last week. I chopped up some stuff personally, but just didn't have the time since last episode to post. So I'm gonna post a lot of stuff from last week's episode and this week's episode. So I promise you, this week will be a lot of content. Um, maybe 4 or 5 videos a day, probably if we can get it going like that. So just be on the lookout for all the content that's gonna be coming after today's episode. Vino,
Yes, sir.
like I said, we got our list of stuff that we're gonna do, but Chaz had sent me something early, about an hour ago, maybe. I saw when I woke up from my nap. It will, Key. Yes, it will. I saw when I woke up from my nap, and I don't think I responded to her, so I'm sorry, baby. I didn't respond to you. It was something we were going to talk about last week, but we didn't. So I'm gonna bring it up. We're just gonna touch this as a warm up, while we can make sure we get while y'all out there liking, while y'all out there subscribing to the channel, while y'all out there sharing it, and we get more people to come in. I wanted to bring up this video that I saw that she sent me a video of. I sent it to you last week. You probably just don't remember.
Yeah, I probably. Yeah.
Well, your memory's about to be unclogged here in just a second. Hold on. There, I wanted to restart it. Okay. All right, you ready, Vino? So let me go here. Let me go here. So to set the scene, everybody, what's happening here is we saw this story last week, and we were going to get into it, but last week's episode, I forgot. It was the Shannon Sharp stuff. The episode just was great. We just flow with the conversation. But when Chad sent it to me, I said, "Oh, cool! There's actual video of what happened at this particular competition." So a bunch of men got together and had a sperm race.
So crazy.
And
that's crazy.
It's supposed to promote healthy sperm and healthy fertility, but they actually put their sperm together and have a race. So I want to play this this little short for y'all, and then we can talk about it.
Downtown LA's night scene exploding Friday with an event.
So we'll start right there. Downtown LA exploding.
Very clever.
He was in his bag. Keep listening.
Billed as the world's first sperm race. 4 contestants came with the goal to win $10,000.
4 contestants came. He was in his bag. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta get him a lot of credit.
And bragging rights for the strongest, fastest semen.
I want to build Olympics for sperm.
Eric Zhu is one of the sperm racing organizers. With the help of wealthy investors, the 17-year-old Bay Area high school student and entrepreneur launching this epic competition to raise awareness on male fertility health.
The general public doesn't talk about it because it's so taboo.
The contenders, who were handpicked out of dozens of young men.
Handpicked. You muted.
They were handpicked.
Handpicked. He's in his bag.
Were given money each week to train their mind, bodies, and diets ahead of the viral, sold-out marathon. The competitors' sperm put into a microscopic racetrack. And then they're off. The sperm literally captured on this screen, swimming to the finish line. But perhaps this was the matchup of the night. Male students from USC and UCLA. In the end, the Trojan won. The Bruin.
Let's just keep going.
Got creamed.
Yeah, he was in his bag.
Yeah, he was in his bag.
He was for sure in his.
Oh,
in his
he was
bag.
in his bag reporting that. Oh, man.
Yeah, we like we saw it last week, and the actual competition is actually wild. But this is the question I have.
Okay.
If I'm looking at the monitor, which sperm is mine?
Yeah, man, I don't know. I'm sure they have some clever way of acknowledging whose sperm is whose. I'm sure. I wish they would have explained how one would know.
This is something that if you want to look into more on your own time, you can.
It's crazy that's creative to do, but wild to do to promote something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I never would have thought to have a
sperm
sperm race. Yeah, bro.
So we get the idea. I get the idea that you want to promote healthy sperm and you want to promote healthy fertility. But a bunch of men coming together to watch their sperm swim just don't sit right with me. There has to be some kind of man law. Key, is this a man law violation? Just let me know what you think.
Yeah, Key, please let us know.
Like, I'm just confused. It's like, to me, there's too much that goes into it. Like, so when you train, like, how is your training regimen for this?
I mean, shout out to them for paying for them to like do whatever workout and eating healthy. I mean, there's perks to the whole thing.
Then he went to college. There's going to be NIL deals for sperm winners.
Yeah, Trojan definitely gonna be in on that one.
Trojan gonna be on it.
They gonna sponsor you. They are going to sponsor USC for sure.
I'm with you. I get it. It's just more of those things like this is what we're gonna come up with our time. And then it's sold out. So a bunch of men come together to watch sperm race.
Yeah. That's insane, bro.
They created a racetrack.
Dog. This is an event. And he said it shook the nightlife. Like that was popping on a Friday night. Like that was a spot to go to.
But this is my thing about Two Flight as well. That ain't cool. Like you would never get none.
Hey, that is not
no girl wants to be with the nigga whose sperm works that good.
Exactly. Not in college, anyways. College or high school
girl or college girl wants to be with a young man whose sperm works that good.
They're not even talking to anybody who goes to sperm races on a Friday night and participate.
That is true.
Like, bro, you over here thinking that you about to get somebody from showing how your cream work on screen, and it ain't in the other way that everybody else be looking for.
I'm a 2-time national sperm race champion. 2-time national sperm race champion. I got the best sperm in the nation.
Then again, what if they got that NIL deal? That's a bag. Then things look spooky. Things look spooky. They ain't gonna that sperm race ain't gonna be the only thing that's getting creamed on.
No. You're right about that.
That's crazy, dog.
Yeah, it really is insane. The sperm race is actually that they were handpicked.
Why? If they handpicked, bro, that means they like knew who they wanted to go for. How do you know that they had the potential to be a 2-time national sperm champion? Like, how do you know they have that potential?
I wanted to know, how do you feel like when your sperm wins, and how do you feel like when your sperm loses? It's like, oh, dang, I got to beat off better. You know what? Flight. Now I can sound like you. Let me address what my wife said.
There we go. I love to hear it. I love to hear it.
Because put her on the screen, please. Everyone, this is my beautiful wife. This is my beautiful wife, y'all. If y'all can see the little circle picture, that's her right there. Y'all can look at the thumbnail. You get a better view of her. Flight, this changes the game.
It does, bro.
Because now we have to train our sperm together. So, Flight, if me and you was on the team, just hear me out. Just hear me out. Hear me out, please. Then we can move on. We can go to the next thing. Just hear me out. This is just the warm-up. This is all the one. I told you I was going to wake up in a little bit. I don't need liquor to have a good time on this show. I just like it. It just enhances it. Follow along with what I'm saying here.
Okay.
We're on the same team.
Uh-huh.
So it's me, you. Just give me one more person. Let's Jay's in the chat. Me, you, and Jay on the same team.
Just for shits and giggles, what's our team, man?
Stick it to him. Stick talk. I like that stick talk.
Stick talk. That's a
All
good one.
So team stick talk. We training for the sperm relay race. How do we train our sperm together? This conversation is getting really uncomfortable.
It's
But it
really
just makes me
is.
think, if it's a relay race, then what happens? Because then I'm going to get mad at you, Flight, if your sperm the second leg and you let niggas catch you. Don't put me first.
Oh man, dog.
I'm like, now vacation gonna look different. Flight, I told you we should have smoked that cigar.
We shouldn't have drank all that damn liquor. We should have just ate. We should have ate greens.
We should have had
Keep drinking the green juice.
fruits and green juice. Casey the first night. She had 2 green juices in her pocket.
I had.
Why you had 2 green juices in
She
your
gave it to me, and I had to walk around with the green juices in my pocket for
pocket?
2 hours.
We've been training for the sperm relays.
Really?
We training for the 4x nut. We get ready to run this 4x nut. Line it up. I'll take it over anybody. Line it up.
Hey, bro, this might be top 5. This might be top 5.
Yeah, we're gonna run that 4x
Conversation.
nut.
4x nut is insane, bro.
Jay, get ready.
If it's a 4x, we need one more.
Jay smoked way more hookah than I do, so we need to let that nigga go first. Let him get us started. Why you healthy? You gonna bring us home? You gonna bring us home? You the last leg, Flight.
Oh shit!
Just can't get green juice. This is how I was looking at her. I was like, huh. I almost touched on the show like, if that's what you want to do. All right, I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh shit!
I just wanted to talk about that.
God, man.
Another warm up. Where my phone at?
Oh, that was funny. 4x nut is insane.
I don't know who the fourth is.
That's what I was like. We only got 3.
Oh yeah, my bad. I forgot to add a 4th member. I feel like the more I keep adding dudes, it's like it's.
This is crazy. It just needs
We
just need to stop.
We're on the YouTube, so I feel a little funny if I keep adding more dudes into the conversation.
Mm-hmm. I see what you did there. Okay. I was confused as to why you included the first part, but I see what you did there. I'm following.
Oh, Raven said Key can't be a part of this one because she left it at home. Yep, that'll do it. Yep.
There's something wrong with y'all, man.
We just
It's something wrong with all of y'all, man. Oh shit.
Yeah, so that's crazy. Yeah, the shout out to the sperm race. I think it seems like it's gonna be something that's gonna be they're gonna build on every year. So if y'all want to look more into it, it's called Sperm Racing LA.
Gonna get us disqualified.
Nah, facts. Key definitely gonna get us disqualified.
Man, dog, y'all are funny. Y'all are funny. Oh, 4x nuts is crazy. Like 4x nut stick talk competing in the 4x nut. That's insane. Wait, Raven said one earlier. They got me too. Where is it? Sticking and moving is what she said.
That's a lot of pressure.
Huh?
That's a lot of pressure. You got that's a lot.
Especially if you the anchor.
Nah, fact. You gotta bring it home.
You got to. You gotta bring it home. You gotta come on with it.
Life as a sperm racer.
That's gonna be the new reality show.
That's gonna be a new reality show.
What
And
do you think
I would be lying
it up?
if I say I'm not gonna watch it. Like I just gotta be entertained by this because I just gotta see what's going on. But nonetheless, moving on. thank y'all for staying long. I appreciate that, Chaz, for sending me that. Like I said, I meant to tell you that we were going to talk about that last week, and we just didn't get a chance to fit it in. So I'm glad you sent that to me so that we can bring it up. When I was looking in the bed, I was like, oh yeah, this is how I'm starting the show off tonight. This is gonna be funny, and I knew you would because we just talked about it, so I knew you would like it too.
Man, that was insane.
I saw this. I saw this real quick. This is gonna be quick. I just saw this and I was like, I want to talk about this on the show because we're both connoisseurs of Waffle House, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Zeus definitely gonna pick it up. Casey, yeah, Zeus definitely gonna get it. Zeus or Tubi. Things. So I saw this list of things. 17. It's a list of 17 things. Excuse me, of things that happened at the Waffle House, and I just want to read the list and then just talk about it a little bit. Just to, I read that, I was like, huh, this is real interesting. This is really stuff that be happening at the Waffle House.
Okay.
Well, I guess things that you should do or things that happen at the Waffle House. So here we go. You should ask for a cup of hot water to soak your utensils. Your bill is going to be different every time. You're going to get that All-Star.
Mm-hmm.
You want your drink in a to-go cup because we know their glass is a little cloudy and we know they don't clean it all the way.
Mm-hmm.
The waffle going to hit every time.
Mm-hmm.
The giraffe steak is going to be overcooked and a little thin. Bacon is going to bacon.
Mm-hmm.
I accidentally. Someone keep going. The staff is going to be arguing amongst themselves for everybody to hear because somebody didn't show up for their shift.
Mm-hmm.
At least 3 to 5 families of roaches live there, but they're respectful enough not to come out while Waffle House has company.
Mm-hmm.
The grits been cooking in that soup thing for 6 hours and aren't good, but when you mix it with them eggs, sausage, and a slice of cheap cheese, and it hit with some salt and pepper and stir it up, it's going to be a win for the 99s and the 2000s.
Yeah.
The patty melt and pork chop are probably the unsung heroes of the menu. They're going to add water to that A1 and Heinz 57 sauce to stretch it another week. Gas prices are high. The booth is too small. If you weigh over 275, it's the bar for us. The AC is going to be on 43. And last, you got to use a napkin to grab the syrup bottle because it hasn't been wiped clean in 3 to 5 business days.
Yeah, I've experienced more than half of that list.
More than half?
Mm-hmm.
Was there something that you didn't experience?
The steak. What was it? Something about the steak.
The giraffe steak.
Yeah, never had.
I never had. That's a good. Yeah, I never had the steak. Has anybody in the chat? Have y'all had the steak from Waffle House?
Yeah, I've never had like the patty melt or anything. Like I always got the All-Star. Like pretty much, I only went there for that. I didn't really go there for anything else. And just the waffle, the All-Star, the grits. I did the grits thing multiple times. But yeah, patty melt, none of that. Never experienced that.
Yeah, me neither. I never got the patty melt. I always get the same thing. I always get grilled chicken breasts and eggs. That's all I get.
Yeah. So, but
I don't know about the grits cooking in the soup thing.
The grits hit every time you do that combination.
So every time you mix them with the egg, sausage, and a slice of cheap cheese, and hit it with some salt and pepper and stir it up.
Mm-hmm. You basically just putting everything in the grits. That's it. You basically putting your entire breakfast in the grits. Yeah. Just ordering disappointment. Whoa. Okay. All right. You learn something new every day. Interesting, kid.
No, that's
definitely ordering disappointment for a steak at Waffle House. Like that's just stupid.
Yeah, I saw that, and I saw that because Waffle House is kind of, it's one of them. Me and Chaz were going to go today, and we both instantly regretted once we found out the bill of where we went. We went to a place called Batter's Brunch. And we should have known. We knew we should have. Now I think about it, we should have known we was in a high end location. We walked in. It's Tuesday at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
It's full of people. Why are you people not at work? There's Mercedes Benzes outside, BMWs, Range Rovers. And the menu had no prices. And me and Chad just ordering stuff, making it a combo, getting mimosa flights. We both had a plate of food and a mimosa flight. I billed like $100.
Mm-hmm.
I told Chaz, I said, we could have went to Shipley's.
Facts.
We didn't know. And I was messing with the waitress. I was just like, because I thought the meal would be like 55, 60, somewhere like that. And so when the girl came over, I was just you know how I mess with people. I said, yeah, you gave us a menu with no prices on it. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, it's usually the other menu that normally does it, that has the prices on there and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, girl, I'm just kidding. I was like, this is how while she's saying that, this is how she holding the machine to get my card information. She's like, no, I'm sorry. You know, it's just, you know, we had the other menus, and you know, I thought I gave you the one with the old prices, but our new menus don't have the new prices. I said, hey, I'm just messing with you. I'm just being funny. I'm just joking with you. It's okay, really. It can't be that bad. She's like, oh, well, thank you. Here you go. I said, God dang! Matter of fact, bring me that old menu. Let me see. I need to compare some. Like $40 for a mimosa flight.
Yeah. I mean, I've been there. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I mean, it ain't that bad, but it was just. I guess I was expecting like.
You was expecting one thing.
I was expecting like 60.
You got something completely different.
Because I can tell the vibe of the place that we was in. So I was like, okay, it might be like, 16, sometimes 60, $70. And I know 100 not far from that, but it just, and we was going
different.
to movies.
It's different than when you see 70 on the check. You're like, oh, okay, like 76.
That's what I was expecting.
And when you see 100, you see an extra digit.
And black people have to stop charging gratuity.
Man.
It was two of us.
And they charge gratuity already.
She say, well, this is she was going through, and then here it goes with this plus the gratuity. I'm like, I'm thinking, I ain't say this, but I'm thinking like, it's just me and Chaz. Like, what's the like? Why is there gratuity?
Yeah, I don't. That
makes no sense.
Yeah,
like it makes no sense. Gratuity should be for parties of 6 or more.
Where is it at? Baddest Brunch?
It's called Baddest Brunch. It's down here now. We were. That's where we went before.
I'll make sure I'll never go there.
Yeah. And then that's the thing. Maybe if it was worth it.
Right.
Maybe if it was worth it. I didn't. It fell short for me. We would have definitely been better off at Waffle House. Alejandro, what's up, Alejandro? Let's see. He said there's always a toothless crackhead, 76-year-old white lady as one of the servers.
Yeah, it definitely ran into a couple of those in Oklahoma, and it was also the vice versa. Like it was always like a 40-year-old black woman with no teeth.
You know what? And that 76-year-old toothless crackhead lady be the nicest lady in the building.
For sure. She always got the biggest tip.
Always.
So she can go and get more crack.
Oh, here go. Come on now, Raven. Come on now. Come on. You already know. And then you know what made me mad, Raven? Then me and Chaz go to the movies, and Chaz said, can I get some pot? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We will not get no drinks and popcorn at this movie theater. Not AMC. They show their prices. I can see. I know what that ticket gonna look like.
I can see that. Oh man.
Nah, we had a good time. It was our first time moving around.
No, ma'am.
Of course, we ended up getting it, but I just had to let what I had. I had to get off my chest first how I felt.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
No, it was like it was okay. We wanted to try something new. I told her that. I was like, we go to Waffle House and stuff like that all the time. I just wanted to try something new. And we instantly regretted it. Like I wanted, we were gonna go to Black Bear Diner. I was down for Black Bear Diner. I never been there before.
Oh yeah, it was pretty good.
Oh yeah, I did fall when she asked for power. Yeah, I'm dramatic. So we was at the counter. She was
Like, can I get some popcorn? Oh,
yeah, I was all. Oh my god, I'm falling all over, leaning all on the counter. Oh my god. No. It was when we ordered the popcorn and the got me. Now if we're gonna get something, I'm gonna get me an icy. And so and he said the total be $18. That's when I was like, oh my god, we got a small. And I hate ordering popcorn because you never finish it all.
You never finish it.
You never finish it all.
I hate it, bro.
That's why I do not like eating when I go to the movies. Like
Bro.
when I'm by myself, I will every now and then get an icy. But I never get any food. And first of all, movie food is nasty. The only time you get good movie food is if you go to them rich bougie places that got like they got like set menus. Like Chad took me to the luxury movie there, and they got Wagyu steaks and crap like that. That's too much for me.
Yeah,
that's too much for me. I don't need the theater that got the seats with the blankets and the pillows and I don't need that. I don't need that. I'm here to watch a movie. 2 hours. I'm in. I'm out. All the extra. Okay, I'm going off. I'm sorry.
Popcorn. We ordered popcorn when we went to go see Sinners. Didn't finish it. I don't even think we got halfway through it.
It's a sin how much it costs.
That's a good one.
That's what it is.
Oh my gosh, man!
Then Chaz didn't put enough butter on that. I mean, I can go on. We had to go back and add more butter and stuff. We had a good time at the movies. But yeah, I say I like to say that.
Oh,
we all had a Waffle House. And Key, we're gonna take it to Waffle House.
We'll take it to Waffle House for sure.
The Quad Squad. We'll get together and we'll go to the Waffle House. That's me, Chaz, Raven, and Key. We're the Quad Squad now.
That's who came up with that?
I think Chaz gave me a list of names and I picked one.
Oh, I had a list.
Yeah, Chat GPT. Shout out to them.
Chat GPT, y'all group name. That's actually kind of fired off.
Y'all all together. Yeah.
Oh,
well, y'all had it. If you make a new email, you get 2 tickets for free at Real Luxury. Okay, that's good to know. I would go back again, but it's just a little too much. Like if I go see I'm gonna go tomorrow to see Thunderbolts at 2. They have a 2 o'clock show.
That's right. They do.
Yeah, they have a 2 o'clock show. So I'm off. I have the ability to go. David's chance to pick David up, but I can go while he's in school. Then I don't gotta leave out in the evening to go see the movie. I can go watch it and then be home for the rest of the evening. So I'm gonna go see it at 2 o'clock. So I am definitely gonna do a video on. I'm gonna do a video on Sinners probably after we later on tonight after we get done with the show. So, but yes, sorry about that. I know we're going along, but I'm sorry. That's how my day's been going, y'all. That's how we spent a lot of money on movies and brunch.
Yeah, because
could have made that at the house.
Definitely.
To Chaz's credit, she said, "I can eat some cereal." And I was like, "No, I don't eat no cereal. We're gonna go eat somewhere. No, we don't eat no cereal. We married. We gonna go eat some food." And as soon as I saw that ticket, I was like, "Yep."
Should I cereal?
Your wife.
You too.
This is why they say listen to your wife. We should have just got some Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch.
Okay. That sounds good. Too some crawfish, y'all. But anyways, moving on. Right, let's go ahead and before we go to the wedding, let's talk a little bit about let's move over to Shedeur Sanders a little bit. We can touch on just a little bit. It ain't gotta be long. For those, I'm sure you all know. I think everybody in here, even if you're not a football fan, you know who Deion Sanders is. Deion Sanders was an all-pro, all-American baseball player and football player. One of the best that the NFL, one of the best athletes that the NFL has ever seen. He talked the talk and walked the walk. Deion was a one-of-a-kind species. Now, he has a son that he has been coaching, I believe, every year since his son has played sports. He has been coaching him. And, of course, the NFL draft happened this past Thursday through Saturday, and Shedeur Sanders was at one point of time could have been the number one overall pick. Of course, night one comes. For those who don't know the NFL draft schedule, night one is round one. It's the prime time night. It's everybody's watching. It's the cream of the crop. Round Friday is rounds 2 and round 3. So that's also big time too. Round 4 through 7 happens on Saturday. So now that we have all the context, let's get into the story. Shedeur Sanders was predicted to go round 1 at some point. At first, he was predicted to be the first overall pick. Then it went to him being maybe a possible top 10 pick to, he's for sure going to go to Pittsburgh, who needs a quarterback at 21. For him finally getting picked. What number was he?
It was like 5th round, 2.
I know, I'm trying to find his
20.
actual number.
Let's see. I got you.
Okay, thank you. While Flight's finding it, but yes, like he said, he fell all the way down to the 5th round. Went from being supposed to be a top pick on Thursday. Everybody's at his house. Everybody's there trying to, everybody's there. They do their little draft party. I know they wasn't at the draft. Thank God they wasn't there.
144th pick.
Say it again.
144th pick.
So he went from possibly the number 1 pick to being picked 143 picks later. So the fall of Shedeur Sanders has triggered a lot of conversations in pop culture and in sports. There are some people who say the league colluded against him. There's some people saying, well, you don't like, you're okay when the white kids are arrogant and stuff like that, or different things that people are saying. So Fly, I want to know, and I love your football opinion. Don't sit here and tell me no bullcrap like bro, you're the one. You know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit, Jonah. You know what you're talking about. What is your opinion on? Why do you think? That's the question I want to ask. Why do you think Shedeur Sanders fell from the 1st round to the 5th?
I honestly think it's because they mistake his confidence as arrogance. So, like, what was that meeting? He's like, you seen my resume, and you seen I went to Jackson State, changed the culture. Then went to Colorado and changed that culture. So don't draft me if you're not looking for somebody who's gonna change the culture or something like that. No, I think they didn't like. I think they felt like Shedeur speaking like that. He felt like he was above the brand, and you know how the NFL is. Like the NFL, like nobody's above the brand when it comes to the NFL. So I think a lot of teams didn't like that now, but you can't deny how great of a career he's had. I mean, the numbers back it up. He has the accolades for it. He was arguably the best quarterback in the draft. Obviously, you can go between him and Cam Ward, who actually went number 1. So I don't think he should have went down to the 5th. I think, he definitely was a 1st round talent. But I think it was just they didn't like how confident he is. And I think it may have something to do with Dion. Like a lot of people don't like Dion. So I think it has something to do with who his dad is. And I mean, he has the same type of confidence that his dad has. And they probably don't like that at all. So that's my theories on it.
I think you make some good points, but I don't think it has. I'm so sorry. Excuse me, chat. I don't think it has to do with his arrogance. Cam Newton was arrogant. Johnny Football, of course, he's white, but he was arrogant. I want to make sure I preface what I'm gonna say before I say what I feel. I don't believe he should have failed to the 5th round. But I do believe he is not as good as advertised. And to me, it's a football conversation. Of course, you get to when stuff like this happens, the NFL is colluded. This is why I tell people, stop making yourself more important than what you think you are. All right, what I mean by that, I'm going here. I'm coming right back here. Just like people say, for example, Jennifer Hudson. The Illuminati killed her family. Why do you think the Illuminati want Jennifer Hudson? Now, I'm not, and it sounds funny, but I'm not being funny. Instead of it just being her family, I forgot what happened to Jennifer Hudson's family, but except for it just being a tragic event in her life, it had to have some deeper purpose. Like the Illuminati is out to get. Why does the Illuminati want Jennifer Hudson? They need somebody to sing at their events. Like people, I gotta start. Like, you're talking about an organization that has the most powerful people in the world. The freak they want Jennifer Hudson for? So I said, now let me bring it back here. Why does the NFL want to collude against Shedeur Sanders? So I tell people, and then you're saying the NFL, there was only 3 teams that he could have went to: the Saints, the Browns, the Steelers. I'll give you the Jets. I'll give you 4 teams. For those who don't know, there are 32
did you say
teams.
the Giants already?
The Giants, so 5. You're right, exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Because that was crazy. But the Giants, there's 5 teams that needed him, that could have used him. Let me say it that way, because we already know the Titans were going to get Cam, so I'm taking them out. So 5 out of the 32 teams could have used him. Okay, so the other 27 didn't need him, so they're not colluding. So if you want to say 5 teams came together, who in this sport, this is the part that I want people to run. I want people to understand about the NFL. In the I want to say NBA too. I'm just saying professional sports. Winning means more than anything. You can beat your wife on video, but if you can help them win, we'll see you after the suspension.
Yeah, because they definitely signing you back for sure. Like you
Definitely,
coming back. You're
unless
coming
it's
back
just
for
something
sure.
so egregious, like the Henry, like somebody ends up dead or essayed, or something like that. They're going to sign you.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL will look over a lot of criminal activity and gambling. Gambling, they don't play that. Gambling, you won't play. Yeah. But so you mean tell me they're colluding against this kid for what? I just personally believe that they don't believe he's as good as advertised. And then you look at his play. I watched a lot of Colorado games. He is okay. If I was the Steelers, I want to make sure I make this clear. If I was the Steelers, I would have picked him at 21 because I do believe he's better than what I have.
Right.
So I want to make sure I say that. I would have picked him. But it's okay that they don't view him the way that that people view. People just like.
True.
That's why I know people. Deion might got in, but Deion has a lot more friends in media and stuff than enemies. You know what I mean? He has a lot of friends that people want to continue to lift him up and encourage him and do this. And even I was listening to Joel Klatt. They was raving on how I think Shedeur is a very accurate thrower, but he does hold the football. You know what I'm saying? Like, so is he processed? I would have to watch film, but it can be a lot of different things that we're not looking at. It's just like, oh, he's the Colorado quarterback. They turned their franchise around and they won. I mean, without Travis Hunter, they were abysmal the first year. And then the second year, they won 6 games, but couldn't beat anybody with full meaning. You know what I'm saying? You could chunk that up to a lot of things. I don't think Deion's a good coach. I think this nigga just I think Deion's just a great motivator who have great coaches around him. That's what I believe. I every time I see Deion, I never see him coaching.
See that?
I have never heard Deion in press conferences dialing up plays and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I hear, Mom, I'm gonna make this boy, I'm gonna turn this boy into a man. And if you make sure y'all clean up after yourself, treat women with respect, go respectful to your teachers, he does. He's a great man builder. Which is, you need that. So that's fine. I'm not saying let me rephrase that. He's not a great X's and O's coach.
Yeah.
But he's a great coach because the coach is not all about X's and O's.
Yeah, the coach,
if you put people around
you has a lot more meaning than just X's and O's.
Right,
so, yeah.
right. He wants to build young men. And for that, I love that for him. But anyways, so I just think that he just feel like as I'm watching it. So we get to the Steelers, and the Steelers pick Derek Harmon. Shout out to Derek Harmon too. He lost his mama like a day after the draft. I think he got drafted. Um, so he, shout out to Derek Harmon. We don't want to take no shine away from him. He got the best day of his life one day, the worst day of his life the second day. You know what I'm saying? So, keep prayers for Derek Harmon and his family. But, anyways, but what got me is when the Giants traded with the Texans. Well, I was waiting all night at the resort for this draft, and they gonna pull that bull crap on me. The Giants traded back in and drafted Jackson Dart. That's when I was like, okay, something. I will say my first thought was something fishy going on because I don't think Jackson Dart is all. Jackson Dart was at a school with more talent, and I don't think was as productive. Then you had Dylan Gabriel go, Jalen Milroe, and I'm like, okay, that's why I'm like, I don't agree that I don't want to argue that he wasn't a first round. I'm not saying that he was a first round talent, but he definitely could have been picked up on day 2.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think once you got so far down the way, it was just, the value decreases. More people pass. It's just your value is just going down. It just happens. I don't think there's no collusion or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Because why are they colluding? What about him specifically? They don't like his dad. They don't deal with his dad. Who cares if they don't like him? True. Who cares if the NFL is mad at Deion?
Right.
Like, he coaches college football.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't see I don't see the collusion aspect of it.
Yeah.
Or the racist aspect of it. A draft where so many black men's lives more black men's lives are being changed in the NFL sports drafts than any other way possible. So yeah, you can miss me with the racism aspect of it. Yeah, we can't call racism on one player particularly. Cam Ward was the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Cam Ward was the number 1 pick. What up, Bron? Yeah, Cam Ward was the number 1 pick. So you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't get me with the racism card.
Nah, yeah, man. It's just that's one thing I did hate about it, because that's obviously gonna be the first thing that people say.
Yeah.
Obviously gonna be the first thing that people say, man. Yeah, I honestly was surprised that he didn't get picked on day 2, and then him getting prank call was crazy. So that put even more.
Tell the people real quick what happened with that.
So basically, I never really got a chance to listen to the whole video or look at the whole video, because when we saw it, we was out there for the wedding. So, but basically, that Shedeur Sanders got a call from somebody who claimed to be the Atlanta Falcons front office, correct? Claimed to be Atlanta Falcons front office exec, and stated that basically, you still gotta wait. You still gotta wait. Made him believe that he was getting taken, but just told him he still gotta wait. And they ended up finding out that it was a GM's son for the Falcons that made the call.
No, the defensive coordinator's son.
Defensive coordinator's son. That because obviously they have the phone numbers. I mean, it's it's not supposed to be leaked, but somehow but then hold on, the defensive coordinator got it from somebody else too, though. I think from a GM son. From another team GM.
I don't know how they got them, but even as a teenager, you gotta know that's something.
Saints front office. So the Saints front office GM, somebody in the front office, their son gave the number to somebody, to the coach.
So they were colluding. They were colluding on that end.
Yeah, they were doing something crazy. So yeah,
stupid
something like that. But yeah,
your dad coaches for the team.
It would have been wicked if this whole thing would have been crazy if Atlanta was really looking to pick him up and they didn't get him because of that. Or excuse me, not Atlanta, New Orleans, because it was the Atlanta that acted like that.
Yeah.
It would have been wicked if he would have got picked up by either one of those teams, though. It would have been crazy.
I just that is insane that them kids did that. Like that like your dad coaches for the like how embarrassing is that to go to work and because your son after your son then did something like that. That to me that is insane. But
No,
anyway,
that's crazy. Like, cause you messing with your father's job.
yeah, and your
Like, come
father
on.
has, and there's only 32 of them.
Yeah, like it's not.
It's only 32 of these jobs in the whole world.
Yeah, like it's not something that's just easy to come by, and it's not like he's going to be guaranteed to get picked up by anybody else. Uh, Especially if my son is doing some stupid shit like that.
I think the coach was fined 100,000, and the team was fined 250,000.
Damn,
But
the
nothing is
coach, the
priceless
coach
that
hurts way
that he
more than
would
the
have got.
team. Like the coaches,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, the
No, in fact,
team
they would have
250,
fired him
the
had it.
coach 100. That's tough.
Yeah, and it would have been. They would have fired him had they not been where they are in this part of the season. It ain't that important. Like I said, winning is more important than anything in the National Football League. So they're not gonna fire him over that. But that's just that's just crazy. But anyways,
No, yeah,
uh,
that's crazy, and it's wicked work because they aren't they rivals, division rivals.
yeah,
So it's kind of like, oh, we want to make sure, like, somehow, like, I don't know. It could have been, I don't know. It's weird. It's hella weird that happened. It's unfortunate, but I'm glad Shedeur got picked up. It's odd that the Cleveland Browns picked him up after they just picked up Dylan Gabriel. But hey, draft, he got his name called. So shout out to Shedeur, man.
facts. Moving on, man. Moving on. This weekend, man, it was one for the books, as we would say. And for those who don't know, we've been talking about it really literally for over the past year and a half. And especially the last few weeks, we had really been talking about it, getting prepared for the trip. But now it finally happened, man. It finally happened. Finally, finally married the girl of my dreams on the beach. And Fly, you couldn't beat that, man. Like that, like that view, you can't beat it. It was, and I know we skipping over a couple days, but I'll to sum up, me and Chaz were out. Um, one day. This is before we met up with y'all on yesterday. What's today? Tuesday. This is before we met up with y'all Monday,
Mm-hmm.
and they did if we did the excursions Monday, right? Yeah. So that's the day we was out there in the ocean, right? Monday.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Monday night, me and Chaz had the romantic dinner, and the hotel put up. Thank y'all. The hotel put on this. They gave us this romantic dinner, and we were sitting out the pool. We were just talking. We were just reminiscing on the weekend, and um, I don't think I said it like this, but I guess I'll say it now. But I was like, I basically was thinking like, thank you for trusting me to do it this way. And not because it was I had to it wasn't I don't think it was what her mind was going with. It was more the traditional venue, and how to go that route with it. So to go this route, and she's a very hands-on person, so to be able to have it to talk to these people through different channels and Zoom calls and Google Meets and going through pamphlets and emails, and you can't see it, you don't know how it's gonna come together, and that part I know drove her crazy. But nonetheless, I'm glad she trusted the process, because with this I was going for simple, but simple was more, you know, and that's what it came out to be. I'm glad she got to get everything that she wanted to get. But we were talking that night, and I told her, I said, it's amazing that we were talking about how, that's what we were talking about, how the wedding was a blur. Like, I'm sure Flight, what you do know, we talked about how that day just goes like that. I'm sure all my people that's married in the chat, I understand y'all probably understand too. The wedding day goes like this. But what I told Chaz is that not only the wedding day was a blur, but we were able to create an experience. You know what I mean? It was an experience from the whoever got there on Thursday with us to when We all left on Tuesday. We created an experience.
Yeah, man.
You know,
It was definitely an experience for sure.
appreciate it, C-Sam. Appreciate you. It was an experience. So it was more than one day. In a sense, it was more than one day. It was the 3 days you was there, the 4 days that somebody else was there, or the 5 days that somebody else was there. It was the entire experience. It was the hanging out in the ocean. It was the four-wheeling throughout the what you call it. It was the uh pool party that we went to. It was the hanging out at the casino on the roulette table. It was the entire experience. And I love it. We didn't take as much people's time. You know what I'm saying? We had our little events that we were supposed to, everybody we wanted people to come to. But for the most part, you got to be with Cake. Everybody got to be with their people. And I got to hang with my mama. We hung with her mom. We hung with her dad. We hung with my dad. It was, listen, them first 2-3 days was tough. We was out the gate. We had to meet coordinators. It was so much going on. We were actually thinking about staying an extra day because them first 2 days we were so busy. You know what I mean? So a lot of stuff that we had to do. But if there's anybody I want to say this while I'm thinking about it, if there's anybody that's thinking about getting married, I highly recommend the destination weddings. I highly recommend. If you can stand not being able to, because you're very hands-on. I don't want you to know you're not hands-on, but it's just that you can't see the stuff, and but you can communicate, set up meetings and all that stuff. But having that destination wedding is everything, because one is a lot cheaper than your average wedding. And depending on what you can do, because ours was was very decent, but it could have been a lot cheaper. But you pick and choose where you want your money to go. You know what I mean? You're not overspending.
Right.
Because how many people was y'all gonna pay for? How many people did y'all? Well, y'all had I guess y'all was a little different because y'all had the taco bar, so y'all wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, there's a lot of the expenses that make it, a lot of the things that make the wedding even more expensive. We were blessed to know people that did like that, basically gifted us or looked out for us, so
Yeah.
but that's what we originally wanted to do. But
Okay.
that's because that was something we definitely had in mind. Even was, obviously out of respect, I'll tread lightly, but there was something we wanted to do beforehand, just because we didn't, is what we wanted to do. But we also wanted to make sure that we respected everybody in the situation. So that's why we ultimately did that. But a destination wedding is definitely something that Caitlin wanted to do. And when she told me that's what she wanted to do, I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely on board with it. It's never something I ever thought about. But yeah, it definitely would have been dope.
Kate, what was you what was you thinking? We're putting the chat while we
yeah, because I don't think that we actually spoke on a destination she wanted to be at. I mean, she has a list of places that she wants to be. So that list of places could have been very extensive, but we never really spoke on one part. It's just something that was mentioned, but understanding the situation, we kind of just like talked about it, and then it is what it is, and then we brought it back up when we took a trip for her birthday, which was a month before our wedding. So yeah, it was, I'm sure it's some dope though. It would have been somewhere fire.
Yeah. It like I said, it was okay, but I got your message. Good night. I was one of them things where I'm looking at like this the weekend in general, and I know Chaz. I know I always keep bringing up, but just like us at the beach in the water.
Kate, I'm glad you mentioned that, dog, because after when we had our reservation, because Monday was pretty much the night for like all of the the people, couples, and or whoever came with their significant others, they all had their own special time. So like Kate and I's anniversary is next month, so we had an early anniversary dinner at the steakhouse, and that was one of the topics, or not topics, but one of the pieces of things that we talked about that night was she really, 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 really enjoyed that beach day. Like it was so much fun. Like she couldn't get over how much fun Mike was having in that water, bro. Or how we all were in there trying to catch the waves off the jump and laughing at
Maurice.
laughing at Freaky Reese falling in the damn water, how he was getting taken out in there. I mean, even all of the ladies was in there, you know what I'm saying? Well,
Stacey,
majority of
yeah.
our ladies. Stacey
I
was
told
in
Chaz
there.
stay back. I said, baby, these waves is
Yeah,
too tall.
he said he told Chaz, baby, these waves are taller than flight. Don't come out here. And he's not lying. Them
And they strong.
They were strong. They was like, we all not small. Like we can hold our own. These waves were unforgiving, but it was so much fun, man. Like that was probably, like, if we had to like pick the best day, obviously was the wedding. After that, though,
I agree.
close.
I agree 1,000%. I agree.
Close was that Monday, man. It was fun.
I agree. I said the same thing. I was like, yeah, but of course the wedding is the highlight,
right?
The biggest highlight. But if you ask me what day was the best besides Sunday, yes, it was Monday, man. Being Monday, out there. Man. On that, man, that was so much. I didn't even know it was gonna be that much fun. Because when we got there, we was hanging out together. It started raining, so I was like, "Dang, man, well, I hope we're gonna be able to even get in the water." So then when we went to go eat, and then when we got done eating, God gave us some time to he gave us the rest of the, after he gave us the rest of the afternoon.
It was the entire afternoon. At least all the way up. Really, it was the entire afternoon because y'all ended up going to y'all excursion. We stayed out there we stayed out there for probably like another hour before we went to go and we had to go make sure we tried to get a couple of souvenirs for people and then get ready for our reservation. Like it was the entire afternoon.
Yeah. And yeah, it was that. Then the other day was the pool party. Because the pool party
man, we got there we had got there like a few hours after the pool party.
Yeah, because we had the pool party was so much fun. But anyways, but like just the memories that we have, the memories that people will have from, and that's what when me and Chaz were talking about the destination, the one thing I kept telling her was, man, all of our people together is going to be a great time. We're going to have so much fun. People are going to have so many memories from our experience. I know I keep calling it experience because that's what I feel like it was.
I mean, that's the best word to describe it. I mean, it was definitely an experience. Again, it was a great one.
And I'll say this for those who don't know, for those who don't know, we got married in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. For those who might not know, it is a very poor country. Me and Chaz, of course, we did the excursions, and it was the dirt bike, and it wasn't like a thrilling. It wasn't like a thrilling dirt bike ride. We was going through, but I loved it so much because we got a chance to be with the locals.
Yeah.
So being by people's homes and stuff like that was a very eye-opening experience. And I'll say this too, before I get back to the wedding, people be thankful that you live in a country like you do. It ain't perfect. It ain't perfect. You have your battles, you have your people that, whatever, however you feel about any, political stuff or whatever. At the end of the day, be thankful. Man, we passed by this little boy on the way going to, I forgot where he was going. And little boys outside waving, little black boy. Dominicans look just like us, which I that was mind blowing to me. I now understand the term Afro Latino. And the little boy was waving at us, and they was outside in the yard just having little band boys and stuff. On our way back, it was nighttime, and so when we drove back, the same boy came running to the street, and he was waving. And Chaz pointed, she said, that was their home? It was like a little hut. That was their home. No lights on inside.
Damn.
No lights. No lights at all. And it's like
the Gross sisters tried.
Oh, so yeah, that's why I'm gonna get to that in a little bit.
The gross sisters.
But there was just nothing like that at all though. He was out there. He was out there that night. Who was out there?
Oh man, dog.
Yeah, it was just a very eye-opening experience.
Gross
So
sisters.
when we pulled up to the little first place that we stopped at. So as I'm driving, I'm waving at people. I'm like just waving at people. You know what I'm saying? Other people on four-wheelers and people in their cars and stuff. I'm just waving at folks. So we
Yeah.
pull up to this thing. I see these kids, they're waving. I wave back, hey, little kids. But then I see them start to walk across the street as we're getting ready to turn. I see they knew they weren't gonna catch on to us. So then we came back, and one of the girls came up there and was like, told Chaz, I like your shoes. Give them to me. Girl, I like your shoes. Give them to me. And he's like, you got any money? We need $1. You got any money? I said, well, let me see here. My mother-in-law turn around. What you about to give them? I said, ma'am, you stay up there in your car. she all back in our car.
Oh man. Oh,
It was
bro.
like a little spot where they came, because they took us to like a little cave.
Yeah.
Dude was like, if you want to jump in, go ahead. It's 25 feet. I said, sir,
yeah, no. I ain't doing that. 25 feet is crazy. Kate did that on one excursion we went on. I don't know. But obviously,
yeah.
so
And I actually said that. I said, Kate would have jumped in there.
No. You said 25, that's it? That's what she would have did. She in there.
Kate would have jumped in there. I said, but real not.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And so it was that whole thing was an experience though that was, it was just like the humbling experience, you know what I'm saying? Like it was fun, and we got muddy and all that stuff, and yeah, having to drive back on a pickup truck, it was crazy, but
yeah,
it was fun that whole trip. But back to the wedding aspect of it, the day of the wedding was a very calm day for me. I don't really know how I don't know how it was for Chaz, but for me,
you definitely was very calm.
because because people was like, "Are you nervous?" Like I told you last episode, what am I nervous about?
Yes.
What am I nervous? Like, I mean, can someone tell me what I'm supposed to be nervous about? And so I guess when I woke up that morning, I went to go get my feet and my hand done. So I knew we were gonna be taking pictures. I was trying to make sure everything. It was so peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
It was so peaceful. I was in there. Oh no, Stacy came. I shout out to Maurice's wife, Stacy. She came in there and we talked a little bit, but for the most part, she was across from me, but she was relaxing, and I was on my glasses, just listening to music and just doing stuff on my phone, just getting myself ready, like game day. You wake up game day morning, you got your little routine and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was just having me a good old time. Like, I'm peaceful. Here come my mama. I said, yeah. She called me. I was like, yeah, this is where I'm at. Boom. So my mama comes in, and my mom was like, it's like, hey, she gave me a hug and stuff. Her and Diva gave me a hug and stuff. And she's like, what you doing? I'm like, I'm just chilling, mama. She looks at my foot. I got one bad toe, okay? She looked at my foot, and my mom so loudly in the like, God dang, Darrell, what happened to your foot? Is it inflamed? I was embarrassed. I said, Mama, can you please, Lord? I was at peace before you got here. I was at peace. You didn't have to do it like that. Well, then we went. So after I got done with that, of course, we went to go eat and stuff. Then I had to run a couple errands. I had to go to my mom and get my shirt. Had to do a couple things. And if you ever go to the Hard Rock in Punta Cana, I recommend getting a golf cart. It was literally the best I made that we were there. But moving around, we got dressed, we went out and we took the pictures. But what we was doing, we were talking about Kendrick Lamar and stuff. Like I was quiet, I was in my zone. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I felt. It was not more of a it was not more of a nervousness. It was more like I'm ready to get in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm ready. That's how I felt all day. Like I'm about to get ready for it. Like I'm about to get in the game. Like let's go. Like, it's Friday night lights. You know what I'm saying? It's about 6 p.m. You in your locker, you rocking back and forth because you anxious. I guess that's a better word. Anxious.
Yes.
Yeah, I was anxious to get to it, but never nervous. Even when I got sick on Wednesday, I had this bad stomach bug. People were like, oh, people even at work, oh, you get nervous. I said, no, I'm sick. I have a fever. My
Yeah.
body is shivering. This is not nerves. Guys, I have a virus. I am
this is not nerves. I'm legitimately
but
sick.
I know what it looks like, but I am legit sick. That's what my first 2 days I was dealing with that. But being the day of, when everything's happening, I was like, when my mother-in-law walked in, my daddy walked in, because they walked in together because Jonah was with Chaz, and then I was like, okay, it's happening.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
then now it starts to like, hey, I'm really about to be married.
Yeah, it's really like she right there.
In 5 minutes, she gonna be right here.
She right there.
And so so everybody coming down. Now I want to give a special shout out to your boy Vino Flight Child. I forgot what me and Chaz was. I always was trying to think of a way because I wanted you to be a part of it, but I couldn't figure out how to get you to be a part of the day. And I forgot what me and Chaz. I forgot how it came up, but I said, "Oh my God, we gotta get Flight to do this." Because I knew you would. I just had to. I knew you would, but I said I want to ask him just to make sure. I don't want to make it feel like it's weak or anything. But I said, this is gonna be perfect because he got the dance. He gonna hit it. I said it's gonna be perfect. So after the last bridesmaid came down, Jay came down. The lady, the officiant told me she said I'm going to ask you to turn around, and then I will tell you to turn around so that you can see your bride. That's what she told me. That's how she saw what she told me. I was like, this is dramatic. Okay, yes, man. Okay. So then I hear, what you do? I say, ma'am, I gotta see this. I gotta see this. So I said, I won't look up, but I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna look up, but I'm gonna look at.
Yeah.
So then I turned around, and bro, it made me feel so good. You was killing it. And I meant to have the video, but I think we posted the video on the Don't Cancel Me page, and we'll post it. I think I posted as a story. I posted as a reel, so that people can go back and check that out. Of course, for those who wasn't there to see it, but for those who wasn't there, Flight absolutely killed it, y'all. As the pedal pusher.
Yeah.
He wasn't the flower man.
It wasn't the flower man.
Pedal pusher.
No flower man, no flower guy, no flower boy, because that's all I kept hearing. And I had to kindly correct people and say, no, the pedal pusher.
Exactly.
That's it.
And that's what you were, the pedal pusher. And you set it up. You set it up. Then of course, Chaz comes down, looks absolutely amazing. I couldn't wait because I know she kept talking about how she loved her wedding dress and stuff. So that's one thing I was like, I wanted to see what I know she has a great sense of style. So I never knew she was gonna look amazing in it. But of course, she looked beautiful coming down, and it was just like, oh boy, all right, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. That's kind of the feeling that I had. Like, oh, like, all right, here we go. It's happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is all what's going. I can only give y'all my perspective. This is how I'm feeling. Like, I seen people in the comments. Her mom and Raina said she was stressed. I wasn't. So I can imagine her over there. And I'm over there sipping rum with y'all, talking about why Kendrick Lamar won the beef against Drake.
Talk about Jay Horn's best song, and your brother talk about he had to say Jay Horn.
We was having a great time over there. We went and of course, when it was all said and done, then we was able to get to the reception. Of course, we had to change our reception because of the rain and stuff like that. And but it ended up working out way more perfect.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Being inside, nobody had to worry about being outside no more. So it was a great time. I can go on and on. I know we could, but we had a great time. We had the whistles going at the at the reception, and we was turned up. Even though we got to dance for a little bit, it still was a good time. We had the shots going, and my mother-in-law had a good time, and
Oh, did she?
she had a good. Yeah, she blamed you, by the way.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and address that now.
Okay, go ahead, address it.
Let me address that now because, while we was waiting, while y'all was still taking y'all pictures and everything, Derek is actually the one that said, "Hey, let's get shots for the table." He's like, "Hey, Fly, could you ask the bartender, get a round of shots for the table?" I said, "Bet." I'll go and get the round of shots. We toast at the table. We toasted to the Petries, and we took a shot. After we finished the shot, here she come. She comes beeline straight to me. "How y'all just gonna take a shot without me?" I said, I didn't know you. I didn't know that's what you was on. I thought you was, have a little, mixed drink, a little cocktail, and you just go enjoy. I didn't know this was going to be this type of party. But say no more. The next time I get a shot, I got you. So I got a round of shots for the table, and then I went and got a round of shots for that table. I put one in everybody's chair. And then I made sure I gave it to her and Jonah, and I took a shot with them. And, told her, gave her a little speech. She started tearing. I was like, that's not what I was doing. Took the shot. Everything was good. We hugged it out, and then we turned up. Jonah come and find me and told me that she took like 3 or 4 of them joints when it was for the table. That's what I heard. So the fact that she blaming me for me just taking my one shot with her is crazy work. But she had fun, so, I don't feel too bad. But when I kept hearing what everybody said in the chat, looking for a daddy, I was like, oh, yeah, I should have took the shot with her.
She had a good time, man.
She had a great time, man.
It was one of them things where I was, it's for me. It's like I always tell it, and this is a thing about me when it comes to even my birthday parties. I love to sit back and watch everybody else. Like this, like watch my people. You know what I'm saying? Watch my people have fun. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's crazy too. Not to cut you off.
No, you good.
You just said that it was funny. Because not saying, and obviously I'm not saying this to say it like you lying. I'm saying it's just to go as a show. That's the type of person you always been. But I said something on Monday. I was sitting there at the table with your mom. I said something, and she's like, "Oh yeah, that's always been real. Real gonna make sure that everybody have a great time, and that's the only way he gonna be able to have a good time." Oh, I was like, "Oh damn, Real just gotta chill. You just gotta chill for a little bit." She's like, "Nope, that's not real. He's not going to relax unless everybody is good and having fun." And I was like, and you saying that just like solidifies, like that's how you've always been.
When Chaz went to go get dressed, what did I do? I went to each table.
Make sure that everybody was good.
Check on everybody to make sure everybody was feeling good and then make sure you get the shots. Yeah, you're right. I've always been that way. To make sure to make sure, because to me that can bring me joy to see Chaz. I know for her, like I'm used to I'm used to having a bunch of people and celebrating a lot. Yes, I don't know. It's that song. But I'm used to having a lot of people and celebrating with a lot of people for Chaz to have like when we were talking about it, I didn't know she probably didn't think like who would come, and I remember telling her, I said, "Oh, trust me, my people will be there."
It's up.
I was like, especially given a year's notice.
Yeah.
To me, life happens, and this is no shot to anybody who did not make it. If you did, for whatever reason you did not make it, that is okay. I don't love anybody less. Right. But it was a year's worth of planning. That if anybody wanted to really go, they could be there. Now, stuff like that, stuff happens. I get it. If you have to bag out or stuff, like I know some people that had to bag out. And like I said, there's no hard feelings. Some people they try to, well, if they wasn't here, that's fine. People got their own. I'd rather them than me having a wedding here and I have a venue for 300 people and only 200 show up, but I didn't pay for 300. Now I'm stressed to make sure everybody show up. Y'all pay y'all money. That's I said it at the end of the night. Y'all paid y'all money to be here.
Mm-hmm.
So let me know you wanted.
You about to give a sermon too, boy. I was
I was
waiting
about
on
to preach,
it.
wasn't I?
I thought he was about to go to.
I had the
Boy,
towel.
it was about to be a great speech. That would have talk about something going viral.
Nah,
That would have went viral.
Facts. But I wasn't gonna do it. That's not why we was here today. I wasn't here to preach. But it was a I never, because this is how I always looked at it, and Chaz can tell you that I told her that. I said, I'm not ever worried about who didn't make it because you missed out on the experience.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You missed out on the experience that I wanted you to be a part of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we like all this that we've had, and we ain't even touched a lot of what happened. Like we really just skimming through. I know it's already getting late. I know we got one more thing, so we just kind of skimming through. But so much stuff has happened. But it's okay. This ain't for everybody to know everything, anyways, because
Right.
you should be there. But this is for our fans and stuff who couldn't make it. That I know wanted to be there. I wanted to give a little insight on what happened at the event. And I want to give a special shout out to somebody. And let me tell y'all something.
Please, yeah.
Let me tell y'all
I
something
wanna
about
give that same
angels.
Shout out too. Yeah.
Huh?
I said I think I know where you're going. I was gonna say the same thing.
Oh, yeah, let me talk about angels. Real life angels. When we had rehearsal Saturday. And when we finished rehearsal, we went right down the way from where we were, and we were talking about we're just talking, having fun. We were taking pictures with the animals, the parrots and stuff like that. And then there was this couple that we met. Chaz actually started talking to them first. They were from Chicago. I joined in on the conversation, being an ignorant fool like I am. Like, so do I gotta check in when I come to Chicago? That was the first thing I said to these people. And they were like, check in. And then one of the ladies said, boy, this boy crazy. Check out the, I'm talking about on phone them. Do I gotta check in?
On phone them.
You know, just being fun. But Chaz has already had
Yeah.
talked. So Chaz already told him that we were getting married tomorrow and all that stuff. So Chaz like, oh yeah, that was some nice people. They said that they'll be out. Mr. Fred and Miss Tamara, that's their names. So Mr. Fred and Miss Tamara showed up at the wedding, and so when we got there, I saw him walking. He came and he shook my hand and said, hey, send me your cash app. I want to give y'all a little something and whatever. I right now I was in my zone because I regret not inviting them to come to the reception. So I was in my zone. I said, thank you so much for being here. And they was over there sitting in the corner, and the wedding went on. Well, when we woke up, Stacy told me at the reception, she's like, hey, that couple, they said they want me to get your number. They took some videos and stuff they want me to get to you. I said, all right, yes, I get it. Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow, whatever. When we woke up Monday morning, there was a 3-minute video of our entire wedding highlights on the beach with music. That I believe me and Chaz will post. Probably if she probably went to, so I will probably post. I'm gonna probably post it. I haven't had a chance to respond to text messages and really putting on Facebook. So I'm gonna post it on Facebook, on my personal Facebook, which it'll go to my it'll go to the Don't Cancel Me page. Everything I post on there. Yeah. So you'll be able to see it. But it was a 3-minute video of our wedding, and it's a darn good video. Starts with Chaz pulling up on the golf cart and her waving to all of us when we was on the beach, doing our stuff on the beach and everything.
Yeah.
So those are real life angels. It was like they just kept popping in and out. He'll pop in. They came and hung out with us at the beach a little bit yesterday, and they were really. And then we come, Chaz. She, I don't know if you know, she's a detective, so we found out a little bit more about these people, and they gave us a word too. And before I go there, they gave us a word too when we our last time seeing them was Monday night, but while we were walking, me and Derek, we all walked to the casino, and I missed the marriage. She said, "Marriage is so much fun. It's beautiful. Don't let people tell you otherwise." And that was the last thing. Besides bye, y'all, that was the last thing they told us as they went on. Come to find out, they do events and they do couple stuff and like they do very well for themselves.
Yeah.
And so me and him were texting a little bit today and just touching base with one another. And like I said, just angels, real life angels, that someone was able to get that not only get the footage, but prepare the video.
Mm-hmm.
That we absolutely love. I hope the trailer that I get from the videographers is better than what I got.
Yeah.
You know, so I wanted to give a shout out of to Mr. Fred and Mr. Mara for being real life angels in the DR. Didn't know us from Adam and Eve. Didn't know, we just two young black couple getting married, and they was able to bless us the way that they did. So like I said, it just wanted to give them a little love on the show today.
Also, to mention, speaking of real life angels too, I'm not going, because I don't know, nor do I need to know the full thing, but it definitely made me respect this person even more. So Raven, shout out to you. What's understood don't need to be explained. Hearing that, and obviously from the outside looking in, to understand what you did and the effort that you put forth to ensure that Rel and Chaz's day was as perfect as we got to witness. That just goes to show what the type of person you are. And yeah, you and Chaz are blessed to have, a lot of great people in your life, but when you got people like Raven doing stuff like that, y'all gonna be set. Y'all got somebody in y'all corner forever. I thought that was absolutely dope. I mean, already had high respect for Raven, but I mean, goodness, after hearing that, that's you a dope human being, Raven. So shout out to you for sure.
Nah, facts. Yeah, shout out to Raven, who definitely helps us on the podcast as well.
Yeah, 1000%. I mean, as soon as we start getting funded, she got to be on the payroll.
Yeah. So it wasn't a big surprise. But yeah, she did do a lot of different things, and I mean, everybody did their part.
Yeah, everybody did their part. For
she
sure.
definitely was. What's the word I want to say? Stepped up when it was needed. Step up, especially with us going through all the stuff that we was going through the last a week and a half. So yeah, shout out to Raven. Shout out to you for doing that.
But hey, man, thank you for allowing me to be obviously
the pedal pusher.
The pedal pusher, you know what I'm saying? Little did I know that's just another name I go by now.
Flight became a groomsman. Flight was going back to. I had called all the groomsmen to come outside. Flight was going back to see. Flight, where you going?
He said, "Come."
Where you going?
Flight, what you doing? I was like, "I'm going back to the table." The groom.
Come on. You gonna come out with them?
All right.
All right. Yeah, it worked out, man. Because I wanted you to be a part of the day anyway, so it all worked out. I told Chaz, him like, there is nothing. Everything's gonna work itself out. Everything is gonna work itself out the way it's supposed to, and that it did. So, anyways, it is late. We don't want to keep everybody too long. I know we did want to debate about the 100 gorillas versus the one man. Maybe we can push that to next. Oh wait, let's do one more week, Flight. Let's do one more week. Are you next week?
No, I don't think so. No.
So we're gonna do one more week, y'all. So we kind of did an impromptu show here. We're gonna do one more. We're gonna probably take like a month break. We ain't gonna be going long, y'all. But in that month, we're gonna be building on some stuff. But
y'all did. Y'all bodied y'all entrance.
No, y'all did. Y'all did.
Crazy.
Yeah, I'm glad all the practice y'all put in. And it still looked a little rocky. But anyways. Raven, you was not on beat. I saw you. When everybody else was touching their right leg, you was touching your left leg. I don't think I didn't catch on to it. I saw it, Raven. I saw it. No, it was a beautiful experience. I'm still kind of like overwhelmed and overjoyed, and like I haven't had even the people that sent out text me. I haven't had a chance to respond to everybody just yet. But maybe this evening or maybe tomorrow morning.
Yeah, one more reason why Raven got to be on the payroll when we get monetized. Just shout out to everybody that's tuned in on YouTube. While we saying all of this, I had to go ahead and say it now. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button. We'll close out here in a little bit. but I had to say that now because it is kind of a little bit of a record for us. So, but
yeah, okay, yeah, cool. Thank you for pointing out. Yeah, that's dope. And yeah, thank y'all for those who, of course, that's there as listen, but thank for those who wasn't there and you just listened to us. I know we didn't have a whole lot of pop culture stuff, but the fact you're just sitting here listening to my story about my wedding, on I just say my because I'm on the I'm the one on the show talking, but so I appreciate everybody for even just sitting around listening. I know it must be entertaining. We really ain't losing people, so like I said, it was a great experience, man. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for it all. I'm thankful that I feel good. I feel this is it looks kind of people. I got
3
some
weeks,
diamond.
brother.
I was gonna show y'all Chaz's ring. I was gonna have her come up here and show y'all her ring, but then she gonna bust my camera
Yeah,
because
you did your thing, bro.
I didn't do it like you think I did, but that
It don't matter.
it's not.
Nobody needs to know how you
Nobody
did
needs to know. I did
Nobody
not.
need to know that.
It's very, 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 very nice.
Yeah.
Her little bitty hands too. But it was all in all, like I said, it was a great experience. It was a great time. I'm glad it's over in a sense, that the next chapter can start.
Right.
It's been a heck of a journey. Um, and I'm just excited to be in the next phase of where we're going. And I think that's why I said I wasn't nervous. It's not like I didn't feel like I was leaving anything behind. I didn't feel like I was leaving anything behind. And it was I'm not leaving anything behind, anybody behind, or a certain life. And it is just, I was excited to begin the new chapter that we're going on, and for me, everything worked out perfect. That's why I said that's why I guess I wasn't nervous.
Right. Nah, yeah.
So that's what I was fine the entire time. Like I said, at least you was there. You know that I'm not even
Nah,
kidding.
yeah.
I wouldn't know it like.
Oh yeah, he
Like,
walked right
am I doing
in,
this
walked
right?
right in on some chill. You walked right in on some chill stuff, sat down.
What y'all niggas in here doing?
Yeah, what y'all doing? Shit.
What you doing in here, niggas? what y'all doing?
He went and got faded and everything. Make sure he got faded up.
Shout out to Jay Horn for fading me right before the show, man.
Jay Horn faded him up before
Hey,
the
shout out to Jay
wedding. Make
Horn,
sure
man,
he's
for
right.
fading me.
Know what I'm saying?
Me right before the wedding, man.
Oh man,
because I actually, that was clutch. I needed that, and the only thing I hated and the only thing I regret, and I don't mind saying this, the only thing I regret is that we didn't get pictures on the beach.
Yeah.
That's like if I just have to be, I ain't no negative person, but if I had to say something like that, the fact that we didn't get our end, I'm glad we got the wedding parties and stuff, and I'm glad we got that part of it. But I was a little bummed that we didn't get our individual, and not at least just one.
Right.
Not at least just one. Yes, okay. Listen. All right, folks. People want to know, did I cry? Okay, we talked about this before. Yes. Okay, I started crying early.
Yeah.
I was crying when Charmin came down. I started crying early. Because what was going through my mind up there was like, everybody has been rocking with me for so long.
Yeah.
And sometimes I be thinking like, why me? You know what I'm saying? So Charmin, then Marita, we all grew up with, besides Charmin and DB for the most part, we all grew up together. Literally grew up together, like since babies.
Right.
So to see everybody coming down, and even Raven and Terry, like we've been like I've been knowing these people forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, and here everybody's here once again to support. You know what I'm saying? And So yeah, I was all right. Then when you came, down, you had me laughing and stuff. But I was just glad I was just able to embrace with everybody. And then of course when Chad, she just looked, she just looked amazing coming down, and everything came together. And yeah, like I said, I talk in circles, but yes, it was a great time, and I can't wait to just sit around. We gotta do this again. No, screw a wedding. We gotta go. This ain't the
Man,
last
what?
trip. This ain't the last trip we taking, dog.
We gotta do it again, dog.
We gotta do this. Kate, I don't know if you're still in here, but we gotta do this again, Kate.
I'm telling. I'll put it to you like she a travel agent. She can find, like, she probably already knows stuff off the top of her head where to go, who to talk to, this, that, and the third. And if it was really serious, we'd pitch a date out and make it happen, because it's got to happen again for sure.
Yeah, we gonna do that again, because that way we ain't busy. I don't even mind going back there. I was like, I said we ain't busy. We can,
right.
We ain't gotta go here, do this, be ready for this. We can really kind of just enjoy everything. But it was a great time, and I appreciate everybody that was a part of it. Everybody that came out, that traveled miles and miles. Shout out to Jay Horn for taking 2 16-hour flights.
Yeah, bro said, bro didn't get home for a whole other day.
yeah. So shout out to Jay Horn.
Shout out to him.
We're doing it 5 hour, and y'all get ready. Okay. I said we will be ready. I'm excited to get back into some water. But anyways, so thank you for everybody that came out. We appreciate, me and Chaz appreciate all the love and support that we've gotten this last year and a half that we've been going through this, from the engagement party from the proposal to the engagement party to the little stuff in between to the wedding. Now it's on now, so we'll see who's next. That's the question. Who's next?
Yep.
Who got next?
Facts. Who got next? Sure.
But no, we appreciate everybody for coming into the Don't Care. Like I said, we were gonna do 100 gorillas versus one man. Y'all, we wanted to know what y'all think of it. But we'll go into that next week if it's still talked about. But I'll change up the thumbnail to accurately reflect. I'm gonna change out the gorilla for sperm to reflect what we talked about. To reflect what we're talking now on this episode. So I'll change that. But we just want to say thank y'all for joining us today for this special Wednesday night edition. Shout out to Flight for recommending that we do this after we knew we was gonna be late. So shout out to everybody for being here with us today. Thank y'all. If you're not a part of the show, if this is your first time here and you're looking for a podcast home, we want to open up the doors of the podcast to you all to like and subscribe to the channel and to be a part of our family each and every week. Like I said, we'll be live next week, and then we're going to take off for the month, just for a month, just to reset. So please make sure you be a part of that. Like and subscribe to the channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend where you got your entertainment from on tonight. We're normally live on Tuesdays. For those who don't know, we're normally live on Tuesday nights. I know I like Wednesdays. I might end up going back to football, Ravens, so that'll be back to Wednesday. So, Flight, any announcements?
No, man. Just make sure, if you haven't subscribe. Our next goal is 2K subs now.
2K.
If there's some shorts or some videos, segments that you haven't watched, go back and look at that. We're trying to get make sure those watch hours is up. We're trying to grow. We're trying to grow. So, if you can, tell a friend, like Rail said, to bring them over. Hit the subscribe. It don't cost anything. They ain't got to worry about paying $4.99 a month. You got to worry about that. Just go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That's free. So, but I appreciate everybody.
And shout out to Bree for teaching me how to travel. I gotta get global entry, and I gotta get the suitcase that tell me how much luggage I got in there if I'm overweight or not. So
I didn't know they had a suitcase for that, Bree.
Yeah, but so shout out to you for that.
Yeah, we didn't get, for some, I don't know why we didn't get global entry, but we had TSA pre-check, and that's great. Okay. Also, I know, just real quick, I just thought about it when we left. We saw there's a whole thing where you could pay. It was like $20 a person to where you can skip like what is it, the passport, the custom line to get to the gate, you can skip all of that and just go through this other room and beat all of that traffic that's in there. Oh man, that was amazing.
We had pre-check. The last thing I said, we had pre-check too, but what we did was we put Chaz in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
We zoom by everybody.
Yeah.
So
that does work. Yeah. That's clever.
We put her in a wheelchair, and I followed that man through security, through everything that we had. So, but no, yeah, we appreciate y'all for being here. Thank y'all so much for being a part of the show tonight, and we hope to see you all back with us on next Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. For one more time, this is your boy Petry Perfect.
I'm Vino Flight.
And this is the Don't Cancel Me podcast, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I got a family to feed, so I can't be lazy. I gotta smoke a little weed, so I don't go crazy. See, they been hating on the G, but that can't faze me, nigga. Can't let